closing doors. Hello everybody, welcome to the Bronx Zoo, headquarters of the Wildlife Conservation Society. We're working together to save wildlife in wild places around the world. My name is Oliver, I'll be your tour guide today, and as we're departing, a few of the rules, listen up to this one. Please remain seated at all times. Please keep your hands, feet, and children inside the monorail car, and there's no eating, drinking, and there's absolutely no smoking while aboard the monorail. So you guys ready for a wild Asian adventure?
Yay!
Come on, you guys can do way better than that. You guys ready for a wild Asian adventure? That's more like it. Today we're going to take you on a trip to visit the wildlife of China, India, Cambodia, Nepal, and more, all without ever leaving the Bronx. Now we begin our trip by crossing over the Bronx River. Thousands of commuters speed across this waterway every day, but underneath our highways and our elevated tracks, the river still rushes along, providing a necessary slice of nature for ducks, turtles, fish, and migrating birds. And we're coming up to our first meadow, and Asia is well known for its deer diversity, and it's the largest continent with the largest number of deer species. Here we're supposed to be looking out for our Barasingha deer and our axis deer. But we're going to see the Barasingha deer all the way to the right up there. Now the Barasingha deer gets its name by the look of the male deer's antlers. The word Barasingha means 12 tined or 12 points. And the Barasingha deer are also called swamp deer, although they've never lived in swampy habitats.
Sea deer?
Now, coming up to the right, you guys are going to see two small shacks. I want you guys to listen up as they share a very important conservation story. If you guys look over to the right, you guys will see them.
In 1970, there were estimated to be only 66 of the Barasingha deer remaining in central India. But this population was saved by the cooperation of the local Indian community. Like the shacks you see here, there were many small farms using space in and around India's Kanha National Park. These people were coming into contact with the deer and the tigers that were also living there. Through cooperation with the Indian government, local communities agreed to relocate their villages. By moving, the farmers still had land to farm, but the tigers and their prey got more room to roam.
Sweet. So as we all should know, the extinction of a species means that they no longer exist. Besides a dodo bird being extinct in the world, what other animals extinct in the world, you guys?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, absolutely right, young man. Yes, indeed. Yes, dinosaurs, woolly mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, they all are extinct animals. The next animal we're about to see was on the brink of extinction. In fact, the Mongolian wild horse was extinct in nature. But since herds existed in both North American and Asian zoos, recently there have been some reintroductions in several areas of Mongolia and China. Now the Mongolian wild horse is unique. First, you can see that it has a short erect mane, and it's also missing a forelock. And that's a piece of the mane that hangs over a horse's forehead. So it's kind of like they have a mohawk type of hairstyle. And this species is the only true wild horse living today until the mid-20th century. The Mongolian wild horse ranged the plains of Central Asia, but they were last seen there in 1965. And captive breeding of the Mongolian wild horses started with a group of 28 animals in 1901. The Bronx Zoo received its first set of animals in 1902, and we've maintained our herd ever since then. Now as you look for the animals, think of where you would go if you wanted a shady spot to rest, a little quiet time to maybe sit down and think about life, or maybe even a little bit of grazing time. We're going to look out for our two endangered species, our brow antler deer and our gaur. Alright, if you guys look all the way to the back of the exhibit, you guys should see a couple of our brow antler deer back there. Now the brow antler deer gets its name from the curved circular shape of the male deer's antlers. They're currently classified as vulnerable, and these deer are continuing to lose their wild space. In fact, in some places, herds must resort to feeding on crops as their natural habitat has been taken over for farming. And if you guys should look all the way to the back, you guys should see a couple of our animals that have some horns on there. Those are our gaur, and they are the largest wild cattle in the world, and they are big. They weigh up to 2,000 pounds, which is about the size of a small car. They're about 6 feet tall, and they're about 10 feet long. With that size and those horns, a gaur can fight off just about anything, even a tiger. Now they're not bison, they're not buffalo, they're just straight up called gaur, G-A-U-R. Now it's very easy to forget that the Bronx Zoo sits in the heart of an urban environment. You might be hearing a bit of noise behind you right now. It's actually the traffic from the Bronx River Parkway, but in fact directly in front of you, this large wooden fence helps to reduce some of the people noise from the city traffic behind us. This large wooden fence right here. Now as we're coming around this corner, we're going to be looking out for a Malayan tiger, and the tiger stripes makes for good camouflage, so we need to look very, very carefully. A Malayan tiger. As we come around this this corner right here, we should be looking out for it right now. Let's hope hopefully it's in the same spot as before. Hold on, we're going to try and find it.
I saw it.
Oh, I see it. I see it. All right. Well, the tiger just went into a very difficult location for us to spot the tiger, you guys. She's in the very... Oh, she just came back out again. She's right here in front of us. This is our Malayan tiger, Sita. Now, tigers hunt a variety of animals, but they tend to prefer wild pigs and medium-sized deer. Please remain seated. Please remain seated. Thanks. Now, tigers hunt a variety of animals, but they tend to prefer wild pigs and medium-sized deer. And they can eat up to 40 pounds of meat at one time. And after a meal that size, the tiger will not eat again for several days. Now, right here, you guys, we're going to be looking at our axis deer. These white spotted deer right here are called axis deer. Now, all deer have white spots when they're born, but when they become mature, they tend to lose those white spots. However, the axis deer retains or keeps its white spots for its entire life. And the peacocks are the males. They're the ones with the long, beautiful back feathers. And they actually have a shorter tail to help prop up these long, beautiful feathers during this time of mating season. And when a peacock and a peahen are successfully mated, they make beautiful and lovely peak chicks.
Early this morning we had a
Now, imagine a pig whose upper tongue grows straight out of his mouth, but actually protrudes from out of the top of its nose. This pig is called a babirusa, and we're approaching it right now. Here in the first exhibit, we're going to be looking at Sienna and Umberto, our two babirusa pigs right there. And we're going to have Kelsey and Cassie in the next exhibit right here, Kelsey and Cassie. Now guys, nice and loud, let me hear you say babirusa.
Oh yeah, thanks.
One more time, babirusa.
How do you call that?
I like it, babirusa pigs. These babirusa are found on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. Now here, this is what you've all been waiting for, you guys. The sightings of our Asian elephants. Here we have our Asian elephants, Patty and Maxine. They reach about 38 years old. 38 years old, yep. And they weigh about 12,000 pounds. And they can eat up to 200 pounds of hay each day, and they can drink about 60 gallons of water. One of the most very distinguishing features is, of course, their trunk. There are more than 40,000 muscles in the elephant's trunk. An elephant can use that same trunk to gently pick up an egg without cracking it, or to rip down a tree with enormous force. Yes, yes. Now, these elephants, a fun fact about them is that they sweat through their feet. In fact, that is the only place in their entire body where they do have sweat glands, which is why the elephants get pedicures at least twice a week by the zookeepers. Get a pedicure twice a week. Yes, ladies, be jealous. The only way you can get a pedicure twice a week is if you weigh 12,000 pounds.